Everybody, it's me, Megs, and I am here with this City Girls Act Up inspired makeup from their video Act Up, which is our favorite song. So the first thing we're gonna do is prime our face first. I'm using Urban Decay Rebound Primer. Okay, so prime first, and then I'm gonna double prime using Saint Laurent's primer. I love this primer, it smooths everything out. And then I'm going to go in with one of my favorite foundations, which is the Nars Sheer Glow. And my color is in New Orleans. And I love this foundation because it's such a flawless match. Like, I love it. And you only really need a thin layer. So I'm going to apply this all over and put a little thin layer on my forehead. I just love how this foundation finish looks on me. Okay, so apply that. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer. And this color is in Walnut. And girl, I need to buy another one because this one was a little dry. But I made it work. But I wanted my highlight to be kind of warm and golden. So that's why I choose Walnut on me. And it looks a little yellow right now. But once it blends out, it's so, so pretty. So I'm going to apply it underneath my eyes, my Cupid's bow, chin for my highlight. And blend this out with a damp beauty blender. I don't know what I was doing before I was using a damp beauty blender, but like this changed my makeup life. It just makes everything so flawless to blend out. So I'm just going to take my time and blend all of that out and make sure I really blend it out underneath my eyes, like where the crease is, so I won't have any creases like that. So I look up and blend. Do patting motions to blend everything out, and everything is done. Now, of course, I'm going to go ahead and contour using Fenty Beauty's Match Stick in the color Espresso. Apply it to my forehead, my cheeks, and I did apply it to my nose. And again, I'm using a damp beauty blender. I'm using the booty part because that's the part that I didn't put the concealer on. So put that right there and blend it out with the booty part of the beauty blender. And I tend to go back and forth between both sides of my cheeks because I want to make sure that they're equally blended. And sometimes I turn the beauty blender to the side to kind of help blend out even more. And of course, do my forehead with the booty part. And I like to contour my forehead because I like to add a little bit of, contour to it because I kind of have a big forehead, but I kind of don't. But I like that color. I like to add color to my forehead. So I'm going to do that, and I also applied it to my nose and blended it out. I just applied 2 lines on either side and used my beauty blender and my fingers to blend it out. And to set bake, okay, I'm going to use Laura Mercier's translucent powder. I love this powder underneath my eyes. I like other powders too, but I like this one especially because it doesn't change the color of my concealer that I put on, because sometimes when you have like colored powder, it changes the color of your concealer that you put underneath there, and then it looks like different. But I put on too much, girl. I put on too much, but it's okay. So I applied my eyebrows while I baked, and then I'm going to wipe off my baked concealer like that. And I'm using Laura Mercier's deep or medium deep powder now, and I'm using a powder puff to press that powder into my skin. I noticed that I like doing this technique a lot better. My foundation and everything lasts a lot longer. So for eyes, I'm going to use Urban Decay Primer Potion to prime before putting the eyeshadow on, and it just allows my shadow to pop and stick. And I'm going to use the Beauty Treats 88 Professional Palette. I'm going to use that highlight color. This is my all-the-time highlight color for underneath my brows, and I apply that there. And I'm going to blend down. Okay, this is my favorite highlight color. For the crease, I'm going to use Max Saddle, which is like my universal favorite crease color. So I pop that in the crease to kind of warm everything up. It's a great transition color. Okay, and blend that down. And I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Topaz Obsessions palette. I love that orange and that deeper orange. So I'm going to mix the two and apply that a little bit above where I applied the saddle. And this is also a really pretty transition color too. So for the outer crease, Miami looks like she has like kind of like a cut crease. or like deep set eyelids, and I don't have that, so I'm gonna apply a little bit of that dark color to my outer edge and blend out. And I'm using like a really small pencil brush to do this, so I'm applying the kind of like cut crease midway to my lid. So now for the lid, I am gonna use Saddle again, which I'm gonna apply onto my lid with a jumbo eyeshadow brush using packing motions because I really want that color to be a little more intense. For the sparkliness, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Galaxy palette, and this is I think this one is called UltraViolit, and I'm going to apply this with kind of like some Fix Plus and apply this to my lid because it's super glittery, so you need something kind of like wet to apply to that brush to make the kind of glitter and reflex pop a bit more. Now for the white liner, I'm going to use this LA Girl white liner, and this has a felt tip, so I need something to kind of like guide me to do the wing liner so I can get a steady hand. So I use this to outline my wing first, girl, because this was probably the hardest part of the whole look because you have to like make sure the liner is kind of perfect because the white liner is like the focal point of the look, I feel. So since this liner wasn't very like bright or opaque or whatever, I had to go back in with the Fenty Beauty white liner, and I had to apply multiple coats of this. So this was probably the hardest part of the whole thing because I had to do multiple layers of this and make sure that it was clean. So for the glitter, I am going to put a little more pop. I'm going to use this Urban Decay metal glitter or something. Everything that I've used is in the description, but I'm only going to apply it towards kind of like the inner part, towards the middle. And to add a little more color, I'm going to use Nars Matahari, kind of like in the upper inner crease area, just to kind of like warm everything up too. So that is pretty much it for the eyes. I did put some lashes on, and I am going to put on the Matahari blush on my cheeks because this ties everything together, and smoke out the bottom lash line and put on eyeliner, okay? And that is that. And I am going to put on this Bobbi Brown bronze gold or golden bronze in my inner tear duct. Lips, of course, the red lipstick. This is a liquid lipstick, which makes applying red lipstick so much easier. And I love the Bobbi Brown liquid lipsticks. So I'm going to set my face using Lancome's Fix It, Forget It. And this just brings everything together. And I really like this look. I had a lot of fun doing this. It isn't something that I would have thought to do, but I sure did have a lot of fun doing this. And I love a lot of city girls' makeup looks in their videos. But y'all, this is it. Let me know if you want to see more celebrity-inspired looks. I haven't done one of these types of videos in a long time, but I had a lot of fun. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.